Happy Saturday morning, everyone. This is Eva with Stitching in the Interlake. How are you all doing today? I better make sure that, this is going good. Alrighty, there's Miss Twinkle Toes yourself, Miss Lilybell, and Jonah is up on top of the sofa. And it's been raining buckets. Yeah, and it's supposed to rain even more and perhaps some snow. I don't know. So yesterday, I finished all my fill-ins. So everything is done that I can see. Now, I may come across one or two, but yeah. So now I am starting on beadwork. Okay. So I have decided on, it says here 3 colors. They have it as French knots, but I'm going to do more than that. So I have decided on, no, that's the same color. I have decided on these colors. Okay. So this is 557, which is used, I think, throughout all the ladies. This is 02011. This also is used. You see, it's kind of a yellow gold. I've decided on using this coppery color. See here, right there. And I have decided to use 02031. Okay. And these are glass seed beads, not the petite beads. Unless you're doing a counted one and it's an 18 count. Then I would use petite seed beads. But for these ones here on a 14 and on an 11 for sure, you need to use just the glass seed beads. Okay. Now I have another color here that I may put in, and this is an antique glass bead. And it doesn't have any sparkle, but I will see. I might use this one. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll see as we go. Now, a couple of years ago, I found this little convenient thing here. You can make your own. Make your own. What you do is you can take 2 thicknesses of cardboard, 3 if it's too thin. You can make it as big as you want. Then put some felt. And cover that up. And then cover around the edges with that same flannel. And you can put a decorative border on there, some lace, whatever. And then put something like this on there. And it's just this is all glued together. And I paid over $10 for this. I got this on AliExpress. I'm not sure. There's probably other ways that you can get it. I used to use a dessert bowl. You can use anything. Now, I put these on here. These leaf buttons I'm going to put on after. But these are the ones that I'm using. And I also have one of these needle threaders, and you will need this. I can guarantee it, you will need this. And then what I have are, what I like to use are the quilting betweens. Okay, that's these ones. All right. And they're small. The eyes are small. They just work a lot. See here, they work a lot better. So I already started this morning, and I already put in, I'm hoping you can see them. I already put in these ones. Now, the thread I'm using for this, I I just happened to grab one of the threads, and that's what you can do. Grab one of the threads that is in your whole piece, whatever it is, whether you're Christmas, winter, any of the other seasons, okay? And I get a good hank here going. I pull off one thread, and I double it over, and you will see why this is important to have one of these, because these eyes are very small. And you stick it in there, and I put it in. Okay, so I put it in. Shoot. Okay, come on. There. Now, I'm just using these 5/5/7s right now. But once I get over here where I have the various colors, then I will use this and I will put a few down, like in spots, you know, and then I will work from there. Okay. So you see here, I've got this. Then I do now you can either knot it like this, or I will go in here to where I am working. And you can decide on whatever, you know, like get various beads, you know. Like if they've got French knots, don't do French knots. Don't do French knots, because you're going to miss the beauty by not having beads. And it just shines and sparkles off of the metallics. And so then I anchor my thread. Make sure you do, because the beads are heavy. And I use 2 strands. Okay. So then I come up in corner, just as if I'm doing my bottom stitch. Okay, so if you do your bottom stitch the other way, if you go this way, top left to bottom right, then do it that way throughout, because that's how your beads will lay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, just wait just a little. And be very careful, because these needles are sharp. So then just a minute here. So then what I do is, when it's on this, I have my table right here. I don't know if you can see it right there. And so say this is my table. Okay. So then I wet my finger, and I pick up one bead. Okay. And this will now stay here on my table. And then I will thread it like that. And I just put it in the opposite corner. And that's it. Beads are so easy. So very easy that I don't know why it seems so complicated, but it's not. Now, if I have longer ways to go in here, okay, Then I will go under. Come on. I will just, like if it's a longer, it's not worth it to, you know, if it's really long, look, if it's one side of the fabric to the other, well, you're not going to carry it, right? But if it's somewhat close here, then I will do that. And then I just sit here and I just, now sometimes you're going to come across a bead that the needle eye will not go through. So then what I do is I have a separate bowl for those ones. I don't put them back in there because it's frustrating. And I put them here, and I might be able to use them for something different. You know, maybe I can find a very tiny, probably a needle, or no, sorry, a bead needle will work. I don't particularly like bead needles because I find them, they're usually too long and they are very flimsy. And these ones are more sturdy. So, like I said, they're called quilting needles or between needles, things like that. Quilting needles will get it. And try and get the smaller ones, okay? You don't need a really long needle about that long to do beading. That's only if you're doing jewelry making or something. You know, you don't need that here with this. So it's just about getting into a routine. And you just go at it. You do. I know probably others have faster ways of doing it. I'm okay with it this way. This is how I've done it for years and years and years. And like I said, you just kind of get into a role. You know, you work with one color and you just, you know. Now I would suggest that when you're doing like here, where there's 3 or 4 different colored beads, that you work with all of those beads, okay? So you will put in one and then you'll put in a different color and a different color. Don't go where you're just doing one color, okay? That is just, you'll have way too much thread and it becomes complicated then. And why make it more complicated than it needs to be? So yeah. Just a second. Oh, my throat's dry. So, if you have any questions about beading, let me know. And your beading should be done at the end. Okay, I don't find beading as you go. I don't like that. It's too much of everything else. For me, I like to do, like if I'm stitching, I'll do stitching. If I'm working on metallics, I work on metallics. If I do beads, that's what I do. And There's no sense in making it more complicated than it really is. So, yeah. So then you just go and you just work at it. Like you just each one. And please make sure that when your beads are out that you have them so that they will not fall. Because yes, I have dropped them many times. And make sure that you only put enough beads for kind of the area that you're working on. Okay? So I may just have a few or whatever. I'll just pour out a few of them and make sure it's closed. Okay? Nothing is worse than opening this up, and you open it up from the bottom. Okay? So that it's in the pocket there. Okay. Now, what you can do, if you like, is just leave them in this. And then just, but I find after a while, like, this gets in the way, and I could easily tip. So make sure that it snaps closed so that you don't lose all your beads. So, yeah. So then I just sit here and I just put my beads in. Come on. But you need to get into a routine. You know, that you do the same thing over and over again. So, if you find a different way and it works for you, then go for it. But I just do these. And, oh, there it is. There. Now, if you're working with a hoop, a frame, it would probably be better because then you can place the beads, like when it's rolled, you can place the beads there unless you have it rolled this way. But you can if it's rolled this way and the dowel is here, then you can set your beads along there and you can work that way. But because I stitch in hand, that I like this method better. And it does take a little while before you get into a routine. You know, you get into a rhythm. And it's not difficult. But you see here how my beads all lay in the same direction. Okay? And that's what you want. You want your beads there to all stay in the same direction. Okay? Whether it's this way that they lay or this way. It doesn't matter as long as they all lay in the same direction. Well, there's a brave young girl taking her dog for a walk out in the rain and the wind. And the wind's supposed to pick up a lot by tomorrow. So, So did you all see what Cheryl sent me? She lives in Rhode Island. And she sent me these beautiful magnets. It had 3 of them. One from Massachusetts. One from, goodness. Okay. Yeah, one from Massachusetts, one from Rhode Island, and one from Connecticut. Now, I already had another 4 of those style of magnets. And that to me is a subcategory. Like I have other subcategories of, say, metal magnets or chunky magnets or, those flat magnets or, anything along that line. So, but I have Kentucky and Tennessee. I have Iowa. Ooh, Illinois. In that kind of magnet. So thank you very much, Cheryl, for sending them and for the beautiful card. That was such a beautiful card. And it was just, okay. Just very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Thank you. It was a wonderful card. That's just, you must have gotten it at a Catholic shop or something. Or did you get it like, I don't know, Hallmark or Carlton Cards or something? I don't know. Yeah. So that's wonderful. That's added to my magnet collection. I may not be there, having been there in person to Connecticut, Massachusetts, or Rhode Island. But because I know you and you sent them to me, I've been there in spirit. Absolutely, I've been there in spirit. So, yeah. So I've still got my migraine. It's not very good. It's pretty deadly today. So I didn't bother getting dressed. I thought, no, I'm having a shower later anyway, so I'm just, yeah. Yeah. Ouch. See, I found some more fill-ins here. So I'm going to do that after I finish my threads here. So then I will just continue working here on placing beads, and they will stand out. May not look quite like it right now, but once I start putting them in here, you'll start to see them more. And then, I will have here, and I will put, I think these 2 leaves will go, I think I'll put one here, and then I might put one down here, and I will put beads in between there. So, yeah, I haven't decided yet if I'm putting if I'm putting this butterfly in there, or if it's too much. You know, I don't know. You let me know if you think I should put a butterfly in there. So, but I don't know yet where I want to put it, if I do put it in here. So, yeah, I like the dimensionality of it. You know, it really, when I did my blue nun, it, I put an old crucifix and an old broken rosary on her. And I've had lots of comments when people see that. And you can use anything if you're stitching up a, you know, say a frog, just supposing, and you put a butterfly in there, or you find a dragonfly. You know, maybe you found there was an old one in, you know, your mom's old jewelry. You take anything that's broken and you use it, you know. And you can find fabric glue and glue it down if you can't. If you cannot, you know, put it in like a button or something. You know, sew it into place. So, there's always a will and a way. Yes, will and a way. Yeah. So yeah, so you just continue, and don't be scared of it. It is so easy. It is so easy. And see, by wetting your finger, you can pick them up. Then you just set them on, and you just go on to the next one. There's nothing that says that you have to race through this. Okay? If it takes you 5 days instead of 3, so be it. If it takes you, you know, 2 weeks to do it, so be it. Like there's nobody says that you have to finish these in a set amount of time. I would rather have you take your time with it and it look better than to rush it and be disappointed later when you notice things. You know, that should be with all your stitching. It's not quantity, okay, like quantity of time. It is quality that you are after. So, all right, everyone, I guess that's it. So, you see here, like how they're starting to stand out. Now, you tell me, doesn't that look better than doing French knots? I would say so. I would say so. And even if there are no French knots and no beads listed or something, you can do whatever you want, right? Nobody says that you have to do exactly what the pattern says, right? You can add embellishments, or you can add whatever it is that you want to add, or nothing at all. Like on samplers, I don't think so. But on things like this and other ones, you can add that little bit of sparkle and really make it shine. So, all right, everyone, that's it from here. So I'm going to continue working on this, and I guess I will see you tomorrow, God willing. It'll be after church services. I'm hoping that this migraine goes away. And, we had a lady join up. And I forgot to put it down. Anyways, thank you for joining up. Something Rose Cottage Needlework or something. Rose, something like that. It's a beautiful name. Beautiful, beautiful name that you've chosen. It's wonderful. So perhaps you can comment down below. And thank you so much for subscribing. So may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be well. May God bless you this day and every day. God loves you. And so does Miss Twinkle Toes yourself, Miss Lilybell. And Jonah, who's up on the sofa, and I can never get when I'm using this. So, anyways, we will see you tomorrow, and we will see how far I get today. Yes, depending on how I feel, of course. So, anyways, when you're doing beading, take it slow. And take your time and just work at it slowly, and it's not difficult. It is not difficult. You will find putting beads in a lot better than trying to do French knots. So anyways, all right, everybody, I guess we will see you tomorrow. Toodle-oodles, everybody.